Should now be streaming. Has this gone live? Are we working? Ages and fucking ages. Watch out. Watch out. There's a dude like animal. Really quiet. Right. We should be live. I thought, screw it, I ain't done a stream in a while, and I'm playing a lot of Hardtime 4 again. Twitch is still sending data. Are we gonna work on? It's gone live. Walks, if it talks, is a bit peculiar. I forget, that's the dashboard on Twitch. Where is it? This thing? Oh yeah. Yeah, fine. Oval Blues received an update, and it's got Mexico, and it's fucking terrifying. Many with these. I find these incredibly creepy. I'm gonna play these guys though. Already done one run with this, and it was overall quite fun. I'm gonna turn this back up a bit. There we go. Let me guess. Use me to update that. Yeah, I'm not gonna update the tablet game. Tablet. See that chat. Very tough. Is that annoying? Why is that also loud? Alright. Let's do that. And down on one knee. This is Enclave music. Good old Enclave music. Don't build over here, because they break away. Guns, just there'll be rifles, and this army can just piss off to the Shadow Realm. I really wish. Who's those guys? Those guys are just infantry, which is fine. Do you know what we're gonna do? That's, and LMGs, and then we're just gonna train infantry. 12 divisions worth, and into the Shadow Realm we go. Moroccan intervention. In the year 2051, the United States invaded and occupied Mexico, citing political instability, environmental impact, and the protection of American citizens as their reasoning. In truth, the move was made to protect American industry in Mexico. Specifically, the large portions of the oil industry owned by American corporations. Although this occupation went smoothly at first, the American military was still being met with resistance further from the border. Seeking a way to invest American assets in the north of Mexico without facing much criticism, the army officially recognized the Republic of Rio Grande as an independent nation and began construction efforts to increase stability in the region. In truth, the infrastructure built by the American forces was almost exclusively military orientated, designed to create inroads into Mexico, developed enough to support mass deployment and long-term supply chains. The capital of the newly formed republic was arbitrarily chosen to be Piedras Negras, and leadership was handpicked by occupying forces to ensure cooperation. The Americans, at the very least, provided the capital with its own executive, judiciary, and legislative buildings. 20 years before the Great War, the Republic of Rio Grande was occupied. Where did the Americans focus their efforts? Well, I want... See, if this was civilian rather than military, that would be better. But it's just instantly having 2 extra factories, which is just nice. This is just something to do with the parts. Oh, god damn it. Events for days. Who support the majority of senators? New senator system. Yeah, I know about that. This is the fun thing. There's any place in Mexico where you can still smell the pride and fear of the old world, it's Argumengan Station. The station was designed for the Great War as a back of American control in Mexico in the event of a nuclear war, containing manufacturing facilities, equipment, and resources to rebuild in the event of a nuclear holocaust. Legends tell of rooms full of powered armor and laser rifles, of caverns containing geks and construction equipment. There's just one problem: nobody can get in. The facility was supposed to be always occupied, but American soldiers deserted when the bombs began to fall, and anyone who wants to enter the facility needs the 4 keys that scattered across Mexico. Tialuk received one, a gift of the United States Army. Rio's puppet president had one, as did Colonel Griffin. Gloria thus holds 2, and Santa Anna acquired the 4th through ways you don't want to ask about. The keys are named after the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse: war, famine, death, and plague. Whoever owns all 4 has the keys to Armageddon. So, in short, I have 2 keys, he has 1, and then he also has 1. So, Santa Ana Rose. Yeah, these just creep me out. Like, this one's creepy, and then this one's, like, even stranger. There's even worse ones that pop up later. There's also these guys. This one's not animated, though. But, yeah, it's just super weird. Oh. The Great War came with that warning and left everyone in state of disarray. Mexico was hit later than its northern neighbor, giving just enough time for paranoia, rioting, and destruction of the chain of command. As news spread of the devastation and the explosions, the distance continued on and on. The people of the Republic fell into disarray. For some unknown reason, the military command in Armageddon Station sealed themselves away from the rest of the world, never once using their nuclear payload to retaliate. As chaos began to swell and anarchy reigned, the military presence left in Piedras Negras made a snap decision. They organized as best they could under their colonel and rapidly moved to gather and direct as many civilians as they could into the numerous bunkers that have been built in the city. These bunkers had originally been designed to protect highly valuable resources and equipment, as well as staff in some cases. Ever since the food riots in Denver resulted from reduced crop output, food had become an essential resource for the military, allowing for at least limited-term survival. Once the military had gathered as many people as they possibly could, they sealed the doors of each bunker and waited. It wasn't just the men in Piedras Negras who had acted to save lives, however. Across the Republic, soldiers who had been abandoned by their high command decided to save as many people as they could before the end. Some died in the process, still venturing out to find civilians as the bombs began to fall on the Rio Grande Republic. Near the very end, just before Mexico was bathed in nuclear fire, there was a cry for help on the radio. Soldiers from the Mexican army who had deserted to cross the border and find shelter with the Americans, whose bunkers were much more prepared for the apocalypse. The Americans quickly found the battalion and hurried them to safety, while his men provided for the war. And once again, this one is much better because Mexican spirit just, yeah, attack on core territory, defense on core territory, and supply consumption, which is just a better choice. Three decades after the Great War, the Republic of the Rio Grande was still a shadow of its former self. It had been a self-imposed dictatorship for the last 33 years, but with the death of Colonel Griffin, the Republic transitioned into a democracy as he'd wished. They got setting up elections for the numerous branches of government as well as the president themselves, which was much harder than anticipated. But at the end, it happened. The first president of the Republic, Julieta Torres, had built her platform on the reclamation of lost land. Over the next few years, they reclaimed Mexico's largest steel factory, mines, and key supply depots. Numerous other facilities and locations were captured, such as Armageddon Station and the city of Monclova. None of these came without losses. The bandits who set up in Monclova and across most of the uncontested territory proved difficult to dislodge. Border was drawn from the point at which the Republic could expand no longer. To the south was some unknowable agent whose robots seemed contented to protect their border for them, and to the west sat a great desert from across which no invader could hope to prevail. Julieta's 8-year term came to a close, met with the goals. So platform century reconstruction, repair the foundry, repair the city. Once again, I can't. Absolutely to Rio Steelheart. Where's Monclova? I'd like to know where that is. Eagle Pass, Crystal City. That's the estate. Where's Monclova? Oh, there's Monclova. What's this? The last ace in a lost hand. We didn't go quietly. Caesar shouldn't have counted on that. Oh, this is where that, like, this is the Legion dude who showed up with like 5,000 men and like you kick his ass. In 2263, Junkov success and the inevitable conquest of New Mexico, one of the Legion's centurions petitioned Caesar for the opportunity to prove himself further afield. He argued that the Legion shouldn't just stop at New Mexico, it should continue to Texas and fight worthier foes. Caesar, impressed by how brazenly the man had pushed for a command, consulted his legate on the matter. The Malptus legate saw no issue with the expedition. On the contrary, the centurion who'd asked for it was one of his better commanders. If the Teutones succeeded in conquering new land in Texas, more wealth, slaves, and resources would flow into the capital. If not, then the campaign in New Mexico would quickly replace loss regardless. Caesar gave the man his answer. He would give him 5,000 men to command, as he did under the legate, to go forth and conquer in the name of the legion. Failure was not an option. Boldly, the man stepped forward and declared that neither he nor any of his men would ever return to the legion lands without a great bounty. He would come to regret this act. Under the command of Paulus Nervus, the army of 5,000 men set out on their last ever conquest. They marched alongside the Rio Grande southern bank, in part due to the northern crossing being likely to lead to a conflict with unruly tribals, but mostly due to Paulus' own hubris. The centurion decided glory, and so simply conquer Texas wasn't enough. He wanted slaves, wealth, and power for himself once he returned to the Legion. Mexico was fertile, easy pickings, and was absorbed into the Legion. He could petition to rule as a governor. Legion scouts had been to Mexico's A-2259 when surveying for conquest farther than their land. The scouts reported that Mexico was home to little more than settlers. Dragons survived with no superpowers to speak of. They weren't wrong. The Republic of Rio Grande was a pathetically small-standing army due to the protection they had from the southwest and now even from the north. In good terms with the Brothers' deal meant they never had to worry about their Texan land being molested by raiders. The Legion should have won. They was also well where the Republic could have defeated them. Yeah, they did anyway. Right. I'll do what I did last time. Focus on the industry. When Centurion Nervus and his men disembarked in northern Coahuila, the Republic didn't even know they were being invaded. When Tascalacta didn't return from the north, they sent a group of 10 soldiers who also disappeared. When they finally sent scouts to investigate the reports, exceeded even their worst fears. An army had arrived in the Republic. With only a few hundred soldiers, including civilian militia, the Republic was at a severe disadvantage, both numerically and in experience. For President Leonardo Mora was tasked with the defense of the Republic only 1 year into his term. If he failed, it would spell the end of his nation. President Mora more than rose to the task. He went above and beyond to make the most of the short amount of time he had before proper engagement with the Legion. For better or for worse, the legionaries were more occupied with raiding and torching desert settlements than marching on their heartland. Perhaps they were simply trying to send a message, but it would prove to be of their undoing. Gathering every IOU, calling upon every ally, and threatening to return on every broken promise, Mora began the most influential man in Mexico by using diplomacy, intrigue, and brute force. Never one to leave work in the hands of lesser men, Mora personally kicked down the door of each cartel boss, and he would be the man to lead the assault against the invaders. When the time arrived, President Mora gathered his men in preparation for the assault. It would have to be all in. There would be no second chances. The fate of the Republic would be decided with a single battle. Were it not for Mora, the Republic would have never have survived, and everyone alive knows this. He gathered together mobsters, raiders, tribals, settlers, mercenaries, brother knights, pre-war girls, and gained the trust of the aid of Santa Anna. All that remained was deciding where the battle would take place. Mora was more than a charismatic statesman. He was an excellent tactician. Where would he face Paul's Legion? Or territory, or reconnaissance and land attack? I'm going to do land attack. I believe that's the end of the thing. I haven't even checked if the speakers are even working. Yeah, it's working. Hooray. So what's that? Pandora's, Mexican Spirits, Guarantee. That's this guy. This guy's he guarantees like a few nations. Select few. But it's not like it matters because he's got this. Yeah, that basically makes him explode in like a few years. Pause real quick because let's see if I can shut down some extra external things that aren't needed. Can I quit Viveport, please? Thank you. Don't need you open. Don't need you open. Why have I got 3 Steams? There we go. That's better. some reason the Vive stuff was still active, even though I've unplugged everything and got it all on charge. Mm. It's industrial subsidiaries. Let's focus on this stuff first, because that improves my construction speed. Da, 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 da. Yeah, last time I did this, I did Heroes Oath, which was Mora. Mora was alright. I found it fun. It just seems to peter out. Like then again, I didn't complete all of it. I didn't do all of this stuff, so I think one day I would go back to that. But more of just giving it a poke at the minute. I haven't done Dante yet, and I haven't done Rose. I want to do Rose Mexico because this looks a lot of fun with oh, there we go. It's just tell me what Wise Bot's just kicked in. Amazing. America the Dead Tyrant. See, some of this actually shows. It doesn't look as long, but some of this does interest me because some I don't know. Some it involves more involving the AIs. So that one does look a bit more fun than the other one. Let's get some more industry. Also another thing they did was actually expanded on the tech. They completely have overhauled all the most of the tech stuff over Blues now, which is great. Like you got loads more industrial stuff. They've actually implemented the Man the Guns naval tech now. Although not all of them have icons, although they do have all descriptions, which is impressive. Of course, they don't have any custom models for boats, which is fine. But then when I looked at the air tech first, I was like, oh my god, they completely overhauled all the air force stuff and this stuff. Of course, you've got your reward technologies over here now. You got special forces doctrines, and it's just so cool. Also, power armors, no special forces, which I thought they should have done a long time ago, but they finally did it. You can't go you couldn't go advanced as Mora. Maybe you can do it with Rose. I don't know. Dante's this guy. You stick with him. If you either go left, go right, or stick with the guy you got. Also, you got the Texas Interest Coalition. That's the elites, but I don't see a way to go down for them. I don't see like it being a physical. Like, oh yeah, this stuff. That's these guys, by the way, I'm referring to. One of the one way the TAA is able to influence Rio's positioning through liberal donations to senators who support its policies, sending weapons to all comers. Guerra wants to pass legislation restricting arms sales, but before he does that, they have to call off their influences. First step, Guerra decides to issue a presidential decree banning donations to congressman campaigns unless you are from their district. This means that Rio can no longer bribe the congressman from other states. The TAA claims this is unconstitutional, but this seems to be the way to break their influence. Yeah, this is things are gonna go tits up. No, but no, there's no TAA. You can't get those as like a designer. These guys are cool though, because you can get the This guy's cool because you can get like the Petro Chico stuff, which actually find what you're saying that I do find rather amusing with the whole Petro Chico stuff because for those who don't know what that is, it's referenced in a few of the games, more notably in Fallout New Vegas with the Petro Chico gas stations and I can't remember his name. The ghoul. There's a ghoul you can get as a companion. He has a Petro Chico jumpsuit. Raul, what's his name? And you can get him as a companion. And with him as a companion, you get some extra bonus. But the point being, he has a Petro. I think he's from Mexico, or at least he worked for Petro Chico. In this time, at least in this like sort of universe that the Old Blues team have made, this was sort of like the governor of the sort of like ran Chico Net and all this like ran all the servers and stuff. It was really weird. It's really weird, the whole thing. But I do enjoy it. It's definitely up there. Yes, I'm just going with infantry divisions because infantry divisions are king. Yeah, annoyingly, a good. I think it's like 10 of the military factories are on this in this area, and these bastards break away because of this shit. Guerrero bounced trade with the Legion. The Legion's rapid expansion disrupted the TA's traditional markets, literally raising some clients were creating a huge market in Flagstaff. Despite efforts to ban the trade, many TA's weapons fell for Brahmin and ended up in Legion hands. In the eyes of Guerrero, arming the Legion for its next invasion of Mexico was a bad thing. Guerrero chose to dust off a old Rio law that imposed a death penalty on anyone who still was to raiders and decreed that the Legion were nothing more than a band of raiders. The TA believed this was disastrous because it was only encouraged the Legion to invade Texas to seize their arms factories while cutting off their livelihood. Guerrero believed any criticism was nothing short of treason and swiftly crushing dissent in the Senate. In the raid and TA post in Western Texas, Guerrero confiscated munitions for Bama Flats and arrested civil Texans for high crimes against the Republic. Yeah, now Caesar hates me, and Caesar didn't particularly like me beforehand anyway. Amazing. Stay with this PP because I'm gonna need it. Let's try the. Let's listen to the custom music they did. This is all the custom music that they made. Also, bless Paradox for having finally doing this. I've been wanting to do this now for months before they added it in. Gotta build me those so many guns. It's just like you need 2,000 guns, and I'm building one a day. Then again, this is why I do beeline it down. Oh, what's going on? Washington Brotherhood. Is Washington Brotherhood survive this time? Okay, maybe did they finally fix this? Because normally Iroquois would just walk to the Capitol Hill and then they would just annex them immediately. Oh. Guerrero's cracked on the TA trade only meant the TA more desperate who was supposed to trade with. The robots that ruled south, the Sumians that skulked in the ruins of Texans' great cities. The feared and powerful Chicago enclave? No, the trade would and had to continue. The breaking point came during one raid on a TA warehouse on the Rio, in response to the numerous rumors of another shipment to Flagstaff. When the Baron demanded to see a warrant and drew a pistol, the officer shot her out of the hand. The Baron claimed Guerrero was a despot, and Guerrero saw a sign of their treachery. It's clear he was at fault here. I think the Chicago enclave they're referring to is, is this Chicago? I think this is Chicago. No, I think that's Chicago. Because you got this is part of Texas. At least they think in like these provinces here. So I think Texas goes up to here? Question mark. I don't know the state. I don't know how Texas looks on a map half the time. There's Cabapura. Am I building military factories in this territory? No. Cabapura's there with the little city. Let's go Smith and Wesson and General Wait and See. What else we got? 308 for every man. Slowly but surely I'm building factories, and I'm going to be losing a lot of them when these bastards break away. Yeah, I'll just completely just focus on all these industrial focuses. Yeah, I can trade. Basically, I can't trade with anyone. I don't know why. Why can't I trade? Our trade influence is too low. I don't even know how. What? That's actually one thing I've never understood is trade influence. Is that this stuff? Strange Wastelanders, different ideology. Gringos. Oh, here we go. They're the dead. Yep, this shit. 2 o'clock, 20th of October, 2275 is remembered in the Republic's history as the Day of the Dead, the day Gloria burned, the day it smelled of ash and burning fat. The TAA set off a series of bombs at key locations across the Republic, in the Capitol building, in Congress, and the munitions depots, and at bridges next to Mexico. Even as Guara tried to reorganize relief efforts, he learned that the TA declared independence in a gunsmith's estate. The secession of the TA was a near fatal blow to Rio. With its capital ablaze and its munition industry across the river in a hostile country, the nation's army was on the verge of collapse, even as Paulus was raiding its borders to solve the crisis. Rio's leaders would have to huddle the TA and the Legion remnants from across the border. Hooray. Yep. And I think I just lost a shit. I just lost like most of my industry. Thankfully, I have been preemptively building more, but it's still, yeah. Oh god. We finish this focus, please. Right. In this case, I'm going to do engineers. Well, this run, I'm going to do engineers ambitions. Because uh, the Brotherhood stuff actually does look interesting because there's some Brotherhood focuses. Centurion of his porters did not leave Mexico after his defeat, for he knew Caesar would not tolerate failure. Instead, he and abandoned followers continued to prey on Rio's outskirts, waiting better days and dreaming of Mexico's riches. Paulus was largely a nuisance, but everything changed when the TAA attacked. So much of its army, its capital ablaze, and its economy in disarray. Paulus's crimson banner was carried at will through Rio's heartland, in some cases approaching Gloria itself. Yeah, I currently have no war support and no stability. And yeah, basically, the economy has completely come to a halt. I want to just focus on the industrial tech. I also am running a mod, a side mod to this, which does add extra like brands and stuff and extra like little bonuses. It's the Wasteland Economy mod, which was also updated to work with this latest version of All Blues. Still regard this as one of the better mods for Hearts of Iron 4. Roselander has suggested a plan to not just restore technology, but to come up with new designs and innovation. The contingency flora. Cavos. Okay, so that changed then, depending on who I pick. Oh, that's this guy. I still don't have enough guns to fit up the army. Also, fuel. Fuel's a thing now. It's amazing. Is it fuel? It's energy cells. Where's my drink gone? How did I misplace my bottle of pop? Right. So they focus on civilian industry, focus on military. I'm gonna focus on military once again because it's hard to for. You just want to focus on the military factories, mainly because I need more military factories. I lost pretty much half my industry because of this guy. They don't have a custom focus tree though. These guys don't. Gonna just do what I usually do and just cover that flank with the infantry. And then I'm going to have this other flank down here be the one we push with. Whenever I get enough bloody guns. Ah, right, yeah, Paulus is going to keep blowing my shit up. Let's move focus new weapons. Where's new? Hang on, where is that? Focus. Is it here? I don't know where that focus is. Is it in one of these? I know pre-war guns here. That gives you elite ballistic weaponry. Where's the new weapons focus? Huh? What the hell is it? Okay, I think it'd be over here. Military innovations. I don't get it. Where's the new weapons focus? So that's completed focus, new weapons, and then it's completed focus, new weapons, and you can get elite ballistic. Huh? Where is it? Am I blind or am I stupid? Or both? Over here? New army. Can't be over here. Oh, it's there. Oh, oh, okay. So that gives you advanced ballistic weapons, and then you do this here, and then you get elite ballistic weapon. All right. Okay. Never mind. Doesn't really matter too much because I'm going down this tree. All right. We're gonna get rid of the Legion douche nozzle first because he keeps breaking stuff, and then we're just gonna focus on getting enough support. Because unlike Base Toy 4, this makes a little bit more. Well, it doesn't really make as much sense. This you really don't have to pay attention to. It's just this. As long as you've got enough support in like the Senate, you'll be fine. At least that's how I found it. So it's all about just getting enough support. I just don't have enough. I don't have enough rifles. That's the problem. Meanwhile, everyone's going to war with each other. The shame of the Legion. Hunt down Paulus. Paulus is still to the Lance of the longest time to put him down. So I'm going to do what was Slate Key, and then I'm going to do the Rio chapter because I did this one before. This one isn't that great because you puppet them, and honestly, puppeting them isn't that great because well, you want the industry. Having puppets in this mod isn't really the best. So this, I mean, you got variety of people where you got militias, and then you got this one, which is where you get the Brotherhood to work with you. So I don't know. I don't know what this one's gonna do. Oh, someone's joined. Hello. Sora, number take up. In the world where I'm building one gun a day because my economy's exploded. Give me that delicious PP. Mmm. There we go. Paladins, paladins far from home. Paladin, paladin, where do you roam? Paladin, paladin, far from home. We can ask for the Texas Brotherhood assistant against Port. I think the Texan Brotherhood like is going to be around here because I know for a fact that they said that after the because I had kept an eye on their devlog, the guys that made this mod. What the hell's this? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know this is actually like storms, and that must be a recent thing they've added in. With the I know it said they after they do Mexico, they're gonna do. I think they'll do Texas or they'll do more up here, but they're gonna spend like further and further east, and it'll end with the East Coast being done. What you see here is eventually every province is gonna be done. What the hell? Oh, I didn't even see that before. That's great. This mod like is just really so well done. It is super well done. I love that. I love Oval Blues. I play this mod more than like I tried Kaiserreich. Kaiserreich was alright. Hang on. Random flicker there. We still good? Did everything break? No, it was still in. It's always fun. Paladin's Far From Home has been completed. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Kaiserreich's a good mod. Kaiserreich is a phenomenal mod for Hearts of Iron 4. Just plug my 5 controllers because they're charged. But yeah, the problem I find with Kaiserreich is it's very railroady and it's very it's very laggy. I find that to be more slow than base Hoi 4, and it annoys me. What I like about this mod is that they've optimized it. It's very stable. There's a lot in it, and well, it's not as railroaded. I think certain things will always happen, but for the most part, things can mix up. Well, the one mod I probably will never go back to is Road 56. That mod was alright. Road 56 was the big mod that came out initially for Hearts of Iron 4. But it's got a bit too bloated for its own good, unfortunately. So that's one mod I don't really see myself going back to. What we got here? So this gets rid of the spirit, and I get 2 factories, and ooh, a bunch of steel. I must say people turn to raiding due to complex socioeconomic factors, but we know the best approach is to wipe them out, all of them. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? New Canaan's going ham and annexing people. Desert Rangers annex someone. Seas Legion's going to war. Let me guess. Have you guys declared war on these guys and not done anything about it? Because you keep doing that. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why they never. Broken Coast's AI is weird. It has a navy that could easily beat the Haida Confederation, but they never went out. What the hell? Damn, wait, I thought Dambusters couldn't join factions. What the hell's going on? What are you doing? Oh, that's what he's doing. He's going down the king tree. Right. Okay. So House is getting discount Elvis is its leader. Amazing. Wipe the slate clean. Right. That fixes that problem. We'll do some stabilization because that fixed. Okay. My nation is getting some stability back. Hooray! I'm no longer just a big mess. I'm just a majority of a mess. Seriously, I don't have enough guns. Damn you, Texas! Give me my guns back, bastards! You're stealing my guns. More. Where's Andrew goes on the radio? How am I doing How am I doing over here? We're 32 and 32. I've got a good control of the Senate. Oh, pardon me. Ugh. Fortunately, all this is at the minute. It's just the waiting game. Holos Amigos is the RIG radio bringing you the latest news from the front. Stand against Santa Anna. Has we down with the general is at war with. Beyond the Rio Grande, which is I think this is that what this Rio? No, that's the Rio Grande then, the river. Once again, I kind of know my borders in real life. Mexico. So I know this here is Texas. Oh, another military factory. I'm back up to 13. Hooray! Warn the TAA citizenry. Why would I warn them? But at the same time, it does give them a huge debuff against me. Can't join factions. Well, tension in this mod. It's just like, oh, by the way, 100% now. It's like, what? need guns. I need my freedom launchers. I have 12 divisions. Little sombreros. I know there's like added new models in. I mean, you got the little sombrero hat guys over here. You got like these mercenary dudes. I have seen ghouls. Yeah, there's these guys. Yeah, they're nice little models. Or trying to just beeline it down the industrial tech, because that's the best way to do it. Right, path to progress. I have no idea what this is, though, because it says... The Rio chapter of Brotherhood of Steel will spawn to fight for you. Get to event the Rio Brotherhood. Is that gonna basically just be a... Like... Is this, am I going to lose a province, or is... I don't know. I don't know how that focus works. At all. So we're gonna... See this was, however, this is going to be 500 guns, which will basically fill my order, which is amazing. Just going to spam out. I know they also did this in as well. Core, uncored states button. Yay. Click. How am I doing in the Senate? I am the Senate. More rifles for the rifle guards. Basic weaponry is all I get out of this. Steel reclamation. In exchange for granting the Brotherhood control, they have agreed to help train men, fighting men, women, and robots. I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense. It's called Steel Reclamation, but gives me 2 infantry technology. Wouldn't that give me some steel? I kind of need the metal more than I need the training. Metal's the one thing you run out of a lot. Hooray, I have enough guns. We're doing the same, but 39%. I think. Yeah, 39, 35, 39. I was just trying to raise my... Try to get a majority. Overall, they've only got militia, which is just a garrison unit. So overall, I should be able to swamp over them. Also, even though I don't know if it's a bug, but even though they broke away, I still have this. I still have this. I don't know why. So yeah, that's probably a bug. The Rio chapter. For a new chapter of Brotherhood to arise, long live the Rio chapter. Slowly but surely, training units. There we go. Gib. Gib. Yay. Extra divisions for the front line. I'm actually going to modify this template. Infantry, fire team, fire team, fire team. Lowers the recovery rate, lowers the org. Was that lower the org by? By a large amount. Try and raise the org up a bit. There we go. should provide a decent amount of buff for the unit. It's all about the height, the HP, and the aura. 40 org, 20 combat width, good defense, good attack. With the fact that I've only got basic bitch boy units with no real. I've also got extended units levels because that's just glorious. Oh, gonna be a bit down on rifles at the minute, but that's fine. Right, Rio chapter's gonna complete. Do I go to war like straight away? Daxon Brotherhood has always been a most peculiar to the chapters cut off from the Brotherhood's heartland, inspired by the open recruiting of the Midwest Brotherhood is far more willing to interact with Wastelanders. For Wastelanders' proposal to give them control of the Texas military industrial complex was welcomed. The Paladin Miller was sent south to touch men. The TA is to find out whatever happens. They have got laser guns and they have not. Oh. Well, okay. I like the picture. Well, put me at war with them, which is what I wanted. They protect the small industry they did before. Go forward, my minions. I mean, you gonna do anything with that power armor? Because I would rather you do something with the power armor. And if not, I'll just do all the work. Well, we have successfully pushed. Hooray. More technology. Oh, they've developed an infantry division. Oh no, that's my one weakness. An actual division have to fight. This is fine, I'll just go around them. Oh no, I have encircled your forces. Whatever shall you do? Doesn't matter how many times I play this game, the AI can still be a bit thick. Oh, it's at the capital. Just walking around, taking all the stuff, and oh look, I can just annex it all to me. Yeah, Rio Chapter, you're just gonna exist here with your one factory. I kind of want the territory. Although, can I just give it back to them? And return the territory. No, you're going to just exist here. That's fine. You can keep this one. You can keep this one province to yourself. I need the industry because I have big plans. So, right. So I've solved the problems. I've got rid of the Texan Association, and even though they've got rid of them, I still have this buff. All right. Oh, Ruthia and Brotherhood Steele's men camped on the Rio. It is a good day at dawn. We replaced the traitors. Just the factories are more efficient than ever, and Rio Grande is seeing a technological boom for our new friends. Some wonder if it is truly the best, but Rosanna said there is no Giving control of arms industry then will come back to haunt us. Sandra has a plan for that. Okay, so I just gave it back. Amazing. Although they are my puppet, I think. Yeah. So the Rio chapter is now in control here in Texas. This is fine. Sure, to that next. Just gonna assign the armies to some fallback lines. I can just organize them later. Right. Slowly but surely, I shall militarize. Oh, I can build in their territory. That's much better than the other guys, because when I done the other one, I couldn't build in their territories. I mean, the way I could get to the point where I could annex them, but I felt like I keep them around for now. You know. Right. Try and get to that. In terms of production. Thing is, though, as this nation, at least currently, I'm not advanced, so I can't go into this tech. But, oh god, pardon me. I can at least get all the civilized stuff, which is what I'm trying to do. At least get like all of the industrial tech done up, because that's gonna help big time. We get a scavenging program, sure. Got a lot of firearms now. I stole all of the guns. It's Texans' worst nightmare. Mexicans come to take my guns. Moroccan engineering. Morocco. I don't have enough. I don't have enough water. This campaign cost accusing babies for applause is a lot better than life under the Legion. Let's change that track, please. Thank you. How am I doing in the Senate? I have the majority in terms of the Senate, but the deputies I don't. Boop. Caesar's Legion is doing usual Caesar's Legion things and going to war with literally everyone. Oh, the NCR's pushed into Baja. Troll Warren is just doing usual Troll Warren things. Broken Coast is just sitting here doing nothing. I was going to war here. Oh, New Canaan's invaded the Murtars. Amazing. You know what? Let's work on this stuff. Why not? I feel like it could be useful. Most likely. Have enough guns. You know, let's exercise my pitifully small army. Approach the river merchants. Support from the Gulf. Players from the Mississippi are willing to work with us. Hooray! It's just there you go. Right, I'm stuck on civilian economy, at least for now. So I can't. I can't mobilize. Not oh no. Oh, now I can. Okay, I can mobilize. I just don't have the political power to mobilize. Great. Just fucking wonderful. What's going on up here? Oh, Vault City actually isn't dead. Amazing. Oh, it's because they got this guy in charge. As somebody played this run though, the Enclave popped up, and then they just sort of went ham, and then got invaded and killed by the NCR. The boy from the bayou. Justin Walton is willing to join our government and leave New Orleans in exchange for business agreements. How could we not hire him? Well, don't know which one it is. This guy. How would we not hire him? Well, that's why political power game has 10%. That's why I could not hire him.